In week 14, we move from understanding adult learning to designing an adult learning intervention. Within the educational framework, this work requires more than creativity. It requires evidence, alignment, and a clear response to a real problem of practice. An effective intervention begins with a precise needs assessment. What is the gap? Who is affected? What data demonstrate that the problem is persistent, measurable, and meaningful? Whether the issue involves workplace training, community education, or professional development, the first task is to define the need in terms that can guide action. Once the problem is identified, the next step is to select strategies grounded in theory. Adult learning is most effective when it respects learner autonomy, prior experience, relevance, and immediate application. Andragogy reminds us that adults are self-directed and goal-oriented. Transformative learning emphasizes critical reflection and perspective change. Social learning theory highlights modeling, collaboration, and observation. Cognitive load theory reminds us to design instruction that is clear, organized, and manageable. A strong intervention does not simply rely on activities. It employs theoretically justified strategies that fit the learners and the context. Implementation planning transforms theory into practice. Here, we ask what will be taught, by whom, in what sequence, using which resources, and over what timeline. The plan should identify roles, materials, delivery methods, and anticipated barriers. In an academic setting, this may include workshops, guided practice, digital modules, peer discussion, or coaching. The design must also consider accessibility, cultural responsiveness, and learner engagement. When visuals appear on screen, they should clarify structure. When animations are used, they should illustrate process or progression. When narration is paired with text, it should reinforce, rather than duplicate essential ideas. Evaluation is equally essential. An intervention cannot be considered effective unless its impact is examined. Evaluation should include both formative and summative measures. Formative data may track participation, learner feedback, and fidelity of implementation. Summative evaluation may examine changes in knowledge, skill, behavior, or performance outcomes. In rigorous adult learning design, evidence of success must be tied directly to the original need. Designing an adult learning intervention is therefore an applied scholarly process. It begins with a problem, is guided by theory, is organized through implementation planning, and is judged through evaluation. When these elements are aligned, adult learning becomes intentional, defensible, and transformative.